Alright guys, I'm back to do another video for Down in a Hole. I've been getting quite a few questions on certain things, so what I'm going to try and do in this one is kind of fast forward through it. If you haven't watched my first video, I suggest watching that one first, because I'm not going to go through all the basics of how the song starts and show you, right broken down how I did it, because all that's in the first video. But I'm going to make a few corrections in this one. The way I was picking it was a little bit off. There's a few different spots where I've kind of filled in with a couple other fills that were, I guess you could say, the bass parts, and I'm going to try and go from there and just see what we can do with this here. Now, I had one person ask me if I can show them how to play the whole song with just one guitar because they weren't sure. I was using two guitars, but the other version, the second guitar is more so just doing fills. It is mainly one guitar holding that rhythm throughout all of it, but I'm going to try and show you a way I've kind of done both guitars at once, except for the very beginning, just not possible. And hopefully this one's going to be more thorough, like in the sense of showing you how to properly do it all. So, starting from the beginning, I go 4 times, okay, just using the standard A minor. Now, one person asked me the question whether or not I'm resting my hand on the bridge or if I'm floating. Definitely floating. I don't rest it because you don't want a damping sound. You mainly want to try and keep it sounding like it's got a flow to it, and you want your notes to ring out. So if you dampen, you're gonna basically kill that sustain on your notes. So starting from the very beginning, the first chords, A minor, G, and D, right? You know that from the previous video. And I just picked those pretty straightforward with the hammer on the down strum, okay? Then I'm picking 3 and 4 up. That's on the strings. G, D. Okay? Now, I was kind of doing this part a little bit wrong before. The way I was picking it was with the hammer on, then picking up on the second string, third, and then fourth. But technically, if you listen to the acoustic version of the song, which is more where I've developed mine from, he's actually after the hammer on and picking 3 and 4 up, then you pick the 5th string, and then 2nd, 3rd, 4th. So you end up with the sound like this. Opposed to what I was doing in the last video, which was, or pardon me, it was. And see, to me, now that I listen to it back, it doesn't sound right with that 5th string open, because that gives you your bass note, and with no bass, you kind of need to, compensate. So here it is, 4 times like that for the intro. And then on the last one, I still do the A minor, but then I do those 3 down, so it just gives the, kind of, I guess you could say, your mark to jump in with the singing. Then you can keep following that through. Technically, where I'd be using a second guitar, I'd still follow that same strumming pattern and picking pattern with the second guitar, but there's one little fill that I'm adding in there at the end after the D. So whoops. Okay. It's a little bit faster than that, but so what I'm doing there, after you end on that D, just 1 downstroke on it, I'm sliding on the 2nd string from 3 to 4 back to 3. So like that, then on the 2nd string still, 1st fret, and then 3rd string, 2nd fret. Okay, so you end up with the, and that's right back into the A minor from that, so you get this kind of effect. So we have up to that part now, I'm hoping. And then after it goes for, I believe it's 8 times on that, and then it kicks into the chorus where he starts singing the Down in a Hole. Okay, and that is still the same. I was picking it properly in the beginning, but it was the timing in between the strums. So the way the actual timing is for this is like this. It's like... So what I'm doing there is that hammer on still, then picking the second, it was the second string open, then the third, then G, and in between that G to the D and that, I am kind of doing almost like a pick scrape across the strings, but damping it with this hand at the same time, so you get that, or well... That's the effect that we're shooting for. Not really a damp, but similar. I don't know what I'd call it right now. So it does that for 8 times, and from there, what you end up doing is you go to the D minor. Now before, in the previous video as well, like I said, I've almost revamped the whole thing. I was just doing it simply with the hammer on a D minor to C to G. So you end up going... playing with 2 guitars, one can still hold that part, or you can play it up here like I've shown in the other video. I guess I should have told you that also applies to the A minor up here, the part right before. Okay, that can also be done up here as well. Okay, now for the D minor part, the way I've switched it now, I am still doing the D minor, but now there's a lot of different picking in it, because now I'm doing it like, I'm picking that, then picking from, so I'm picking from the first string up, and then doing it again, then to that C formation that's almost like a G, still picking 1, 2, then to a G, and then back to the D minor, so you end up going. F, C, to G, and then you just do a bend, hitting them kind of open. You hold on the 6th string, 3rd fret, to an F, hit it one more time. I'm just going really slow here, and then right back into it. Do that twice, then right back into it. That right there, guys, is pretty much everything that you're going to need to know about. And I'm going to do one last video probably, because it was requested when I did the first one, if I could do a whole video of what it's supposed to sound like with just the guitars. So I will come back and do a guitar video. So this was it for the tutorials. Quick, sloppy, but I hope it helps. Till next time, peace.